Hey, what's going on, everyone? Let's start off with the dollar. Looks like we had previously we broke out on a daily chart, made a little high, and then just collapsed. But then we had a little rise up into resistance. Now we're putting in a looks like a double top, lower high, tri-tips. We're still at support though. We had a little bounce in gold and silver. I think because this came down, but we're right at support still. So looks like a bearish retracement if we can break this thing down. But it did rise above the 34. The 34, EMA 8, and the 13 are pointing up. Again, we're working with a double top, a lower high, and a breakdown of previous low. We still got support. All these previous lows, this previous high. What it could turn out to be, and I hope it does, is this breakdown across the 34 on the downside, and then the bearish retracement, and then now it can go lower. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully, if not, if the dollar turns bullish again, breaking previous highs, I'll have to change my outlook to being bullish for the month on gold and silver. But so far so good. We had a little bounce today. S&P looks like we got a double top on the daily. Actually, let's go back to the dollar and let's look at this weekly. You can see clearly the breakout and then the breakdown. A bullish retracement last week. See if we can get this thing still rolling on the downside. But like I said, even on a weekly, we still have support. So back to the S&P. Looks like we've got a double top on the daily. Falling star. Not confirmed yet. Still above previous highs. Weekly. I was looking at this last week. Nothing's confirmed yet. It did pop above. Now it is breaking down into this nasty candle. That nasty candle, if that's confirmed, could mean a lot of downside action. A nice long wick hanging man. Any closer to the open. If the open and close was the same, it would even be more. It would be a gravestone doji. But right now we're working with the hanging man. Did pop above and is rolling over on a weekly chart. If we can break below previous highs and then ultimately breaking this previous low, confirming this as a hanging man, we could see some higher highs in the gold and silver realm. So we'll have to see what happens. But everything's topsy-turvy, up and down. No definite answers yet on the month. Here's the bond. It's coming back into support. Had a little bounce. We still got support at the 34 and this long line right here. It's consolidating over the 34, so right now I'm bullish, as this is a bullish retracement back into support, waiting for our previous high breaks. But nothing's definite. It could slice right on through the downward trend line, which is the 34. So I hope you guys see that. You can use the SMA 34, the EMA 8, and the 13 as trend lines, support and resistance lines. So we've got support on the way down. See if it'll bounce. Deutsche Bank, it's seeing a little bit higher prices from its low. We are working on a daily double bottom. now. So it looks bullish. It's been acting bullish from a bottom. Looking at a weekly, you can see the double bottom now, and a nice hammer, confirmed hammer on the double bottom on a weekly chart. So look for this thing to go into previous lows, breaking previous lows, as we have a hammer confirmed double bottom on Deutsche Bank. So looks like a little breathing room for Deutsche Bank. The German bond, see how this has been going. Hang on 1 second. Same as the 10-year yield, it's consolidating over the 34. You can see the reverse head and shoulders over the 34. Everything's bullish. It's closing on its lows on a daily. Needs to bounce, but it's right there between resistance and support. As we got this trend line right at the 34. If it breaks down, look out below. If it breaks at 34 down, wait for previous low breaks. Don't use the 34 as a bench. It's more like a measuring tape. Don't trade off the 34, trade off price action, but you can see where the trend line is butting up against the 34. So anything on the downside could be a break in support, but ultimately you want to wait for the previous low breaks for better confirmations. Here's a Japanese bond. Had a huge run up, probably because the elastic band had to come back to equilibrium, right? I think we talked about this a little bit. And you can see now the back off. Pretty nice punch through, but hit resistance, which is previous lows, hit the 0 and backed off. Now we're working with a lower high on a weekly chart. But price is between support and resistance now on a weekly chart. So look for price to go back and forth in here and then try to get above 0. That would be the ultimate goal for these banks, to get out of negative interest rates. But this thing was all the way down to negative 30. So within a month it got back to 0, but now it's back on the downside. Doesn't look good. Anyways, crude. Let's see how we're doing on the short end. Looks like we made a higher high. Here's a daily. After the rundown into 40, the bounce. Looks like we ran up about $3.50 from the bounce. Again, we're in between support and resistance now. It broke through resistance, came back into support. Still looks bullish on a weekly. As you can see, the reversal bar right over the 34 and the run up since then. We're looking for higher prices. Anything above the EMA 8 and 13 right over here. First the 8 at 44. See if we can get above 44 for the week. Might take until next week. But longer term, we are working with a double bottom on crude. As it came across, bullish retraced, ran up, bullish retraced, ran up, and then kind of bullish retraced all the way back into support. So that was a great buy if anyone was in there. Monthly still has a lot of work to do, obviously, but it's looking better. As we started to follow this, it just needed so much work. It was unbelievable. But now, double bottom. On a monthly, we are below support, so we need to run up. That looks good. Nice churn on the weekly. Gold. Looks like we got a little bounce. This thing was taken down pretty hard right before the opening on Friday, and then before the opening on Monday, I think it was taken down as well. But you can see the reverse head and shoulders right here, and then the run up. And then at the end of the day, it came all the way back down and then bounced since then. So look for previous high breaks as price wants to go higher. We got a lower high, got a nice punch, bullish retracement coming in. The retracement could take a little bit longer, but take anything on the upside as a previous high break. Run that up into previous lows. Here's gold on the daily chart. You can see the bounce. Like I said previously, I'm waiting for the dollar to come down to have any sort of action over the top trend line. We did bounce over the 34 on a daily 5-hour. See the bounce and then the crash over, working with a double bottom. Price is on a 5-hour in between resistance and support right now. So a lot of work to do. Need to get over the 34. Looks like we get a nice double bottom, higher lows, right over this resistance. Need to consolidate a little bit, have another run up. Hopefully by the end of the week we can get above the 34 and start the third week out in a good position to end the month. Because we're not doing too bad. We're still above support on a weekly, just doing some consolidation work. But I don't want to have any kind of reversal bar on a monthly chart close, because right now we're looking at a double top on a monthly chart. So let's wait and see where the dollar ends up in the next few days. See if we can get a run up in gold. Maybe make a new high, because right now we got a double top working on a monthly chart. Silver, same thing. Here's a 60-minute chart. We're trying to get over this double top here. Looks like it wants to. Silver's looking healthy. Got an AB bottom here. Got a run up. Busted through, came back down into support, and then just kind of higher lows. See if we can run up this evening above the previous highs. And it would make a good triple top break on a short-term chart. 60-minute chart. 5-hour chart, you can see the double bottom now. And the run up. See if we can consolidate, run up, get above 20 at least before the end of the week, which would be breaking in the previous lows. Need to break into previous lows. Get this thing running up again. Now you can see the run over the 34 and then the drop off. See the longer term consolidation sideways action since our run up on our new high at 21.17. So it's just back and forth sideways action. See if we can get above the 34, above 20, consolidate above this 34 up here. That's where we need to be. Right now it's slacking. Longer term, see what kind of reversal bars or anything coming through so far. It looks like we are coming into support, bouncing on a weekly chart, so that's good. We held 50% of the previous candle on this nasty one here. We need to break above previous highs, which is, let's just get above 20. Let's consolidate above 20. Let's make another run up to a newer high on silver. Just need to get above 20 first. 20 is going to be a big resistance line, support and resistance line throughout. Copper, waiting for copper. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. There's a shorter term. No, that's daily. Let's look at a longer term. We need to get this thing breaking above previous highs. And like I mentioned before, some people are saying that if copper will run, silver will run with it. So we're into support. Last line of defense is that 34, and then a long trend line there. So that's a long-term support line there. But it's above the 34, consolidating nicely in and around the 34. But we need to see some action, breaking previous highs. Let's see if we can get silver to run with it. GDX, kind of a nice bounce after the abandoned baby 3-bar pattern. Looks like it's filling the gap. Not sure where it's going to go tomorrow, but you can see the run up, see the gap down, the gap up, gap down, fill in the gap, gap down, fill in the gap, and then this 3-bar pattern still intact, abandoned baby. We are above previous highs, so that's good. We are above the EMA 8 on a daily, holding support. But we are running a 3-bar bearish pattern. It needs to be taken out. You can see on a weekly that nasty reversal bar is falling star, but it did not confirm. And we're just about breaking previous highs, so that's awesome. GDXJ, same thing. A lot less gaps, but same price action. Let's see on a weekly where we're showing up. Looks like it wants to go higher. It's breaking previous highs, previous high, this previous high, that previous high. We just need to break ultimate highs here, just right around 52. So it's not too far off the beat. Lots of potential, but look for any whipsaws breaking back below previous highs. Right now it looks bullish. Looks bullish. Looks like a consolidation over the EMA 8 on a 5-hour chart. Let's see if we can get above previous highs on a 5-hour chart. 51. And that's it. That's all I got. Let's take a gander at gold one more time. See what's going on at 60-minute chart. See if we got anything running. Looks like it's bouncing a little bit more since we talked. And 60-minute chart on silver. Looks like it wants to run up previous highs. So let's see what we can do this evening, come tomorrow morning. Feeling bullish, but you never know. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your donations. Appreciate everyone who has bought me a cup of coffee. If you feel like donating and making some money out there, go to my channel, a little PayPal button. Easy, buy me a cup of coffee. That'd be awesome. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. It looks like I got over 1,100 subscribers, so still moving up. I'm glad you guys are still with me, and let's make some money. I'll see you.